Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel JB's Lecture. I am Joy Bhattacharya and today in this video I shall discuss on the most important questions, or you can say the probable questions from the poem The Spider and the Fly belonging to the ISC board syllabus of class 11. Okay, so I already discussed about the particular poem in my last 3 videos. If you want to watch the videos and if you want to have line by line explanation of this poem, you may visit my channel. Okay, and over there the last 3 videos you may watch and you will definitely get the very clear clarification of this poem. So today in this particular video, as I have already said, that we shall discuss about the probable questions from The Spider and the Fly. Okay, so let us move to the very first question. Refer to the poem The Spider and the Fly and explain the theme of the poem. Now you see the theme of this poem, that is what? That is, you can say, the very victory of vices over virtues that has happened over here in the case of the spider and the fly. But this is not the ultimatum. This is not the message that this poem gives to us. Which particular message the poem gives to us? That is, always be careful, always be aware of those people who try to manipulate you through their sweet coated words or through their sweet coated words. Okay, so that is the very message of this particular poem, and that is the very theme also. What it is like, it is actually an averring poem. Okay, it is actually an averring poem where the poet wants to aver everyone, all her readers, about the very cunning world, the very world full of flattering, the very world full of flattering words and manipulating terms. Okay, and sly wily people. The poet over here actually intends to aver everyone, or intends to give the very message to everyone that one should not at all be manipulated so easily. One should not at all be very much easygoing or available to everyone. Okay, that is the very theme of the poem. At the same time, I already discussed in my previous videos that this is actually a fable. What is called a fable? When there appears a very conversation in between two animals or two insects. Okay, that is called a fable, and this particular poem has been written in the form of a fable. Okay, because there is a conversation in between spider and the fly, that's why. So that is the very theme of the poem. As I have already said, it's actually, this poem actually is written in a kind of metaphorical way, where if you read the poem in a normal way, you will get something, like you will get a message, like you will just get to know about an incident. But if you want to go deep inside the very poem, you will definitely get the very true message that the poet actually intends to give us. Understood? So this particular poem was written in a metaphorical way. This is a fable, okay, and a kind of averring poem. So these terms you can use whenever you are going to write the answer of this particular question. Now let us move to the next question, that is question number 2. Why does the determination of the fly lose its ground and ends up in the spider's den? Now see the very questions that I am discussing over here in this video. You people, you may write all the questions down in your notebook or anywhere you want. You please note them down so that you will always get aware, remain aware of such questions, so that you can get aware of such questions as well. At the same time, the very points that I am providing you, the very points that I am telling you, you definitely can write them down, note them down in your copy. If you go through my last 3 videos, you will get some more points over there, and definitely all those points were discussed in depth. Fine. And yes, who are watching my videos for the first time, it's a request to all of you that if you like my video, do share among your cousins, among your friends, among your, all your known people, and never ever forget to subscribe to my channel. Fine. So, why does the determination of the fly lost its ground and ends up in the spider's den? Whenever you will read or you will go through the poem, you will get to know that the very fly, right at the very beginning, right from the very beginning of this poem, the fly seems to be very much knowledgeable. The fly seems to be very much, prudent. The fly seems to be like very much firm. Okay. The fly actually represents innocence. The fly actually represents what? Innocence. And the spider represents what now? Not definitely not experience, but the spider over here represents evil spirit, evil minded persons. Okay, so now you see over here the fly right from the very beginning was very much aware of everything. When the spider right at the very beginning in the opening line of that poem, when the spider invited the fly to come into his den, like to come into his residence, his parlor, and to experience the windy corners, okay, from that time only the fly started to reject each and every offer. The fly started to reject, but always remember one thing, that a man gets melted whenever he or she, or a person gets melted whenever he or she starts to listen to some good sweet coated words about his or her beauty. Physical beauty I'm talking about, not at all the mental beauty, but physical beauty from some other persons. Right from that particular moment, he or she starts to think that no, the person who is talking to me in such way, they are the true people. They're the true and kind-hearted, compassionate, affectionate people. They are really concerned about me. But actually here appears the very mistake, the huge and the very great mistake over here. Now you see the spider one after another, tries, plans upon the fly. Each and every plan was failed. Now right at the end, towards the end of the poem, when the spider started to hurt the very weakness, the very weak point of the fly, that how beautiful you are. When the spider starts to describe the very beauty of the fly's wings, okay, and the very eyes and everything, from that particular moment the fly's heart started to get melted like ice into water. Understood? And when the spider finally said that I'm having a mirror, if you come into my parlor and if you just look at yourself into the mirror, you will get to know how much beautiful you are. That time, through this particular evil plan, the spider became able to ensnare the fly. Understood? So this is the very ground where the fly's mentality, firmness got melted or lost its ground. Now you go for question number 3. What is the advice that the poet gives at the end of the poem? How is it beneficial to the young readers? Okay, so definitely the message that the poet wants to provide us with is, don't get manipulated by everyone, by others. Do not at all be very much easygoing or very much available to others. Always have a kind of firm personality. Create your own world. Okay, create your own world, create your own space. Always save some time for yourself to groom you up. That particular grooming, no one does have the very power to groom you. Okay, the way more than the way you can groom yourself. So always, very sorry, ignore the sound of barking, please. Whatever. So that's the thing, that the way one can groom, the way you can groom yourself, no one can actually groom in that same way. So definitely always trust yourself, have faith on yourself, and have a firm personality, create a firm personality. Do not at all slip, okay, do not at all skit from your own decision. That's the thing, that is the thing. Whatever your mind says, do that, and do not at all get manipulated, managed, okay, by any other people. And whenever you will notice that people who usually do not talk good about you all of a sudden start to talk to you and start to behave with you so smoothly, right, at that particular time you should have a doubt within yourself that what has happened, for which particular reason he or she is behaving with me so goodly, so politely. That is the very, that should be the very high time to stay away, to make yourself stay away from that person. Understood? Okay, so this is the very message that the poet wants to give us. So this is the very message that the poet wants to give all the readers belonging to the new generation. Now go to question number 4. In the poem The Spider and the Fly, the two characters have been pitched against each other, discuss their personalities. The two characters, who are the two characters over here? Definitely the two characters are, one is Spider, who is representing the evil-hearted person, and the another one is Fly, who is representing the innocent people. Now this particular poem was written in a metaphorical way, where there is a very deep meaning beneath or under the very superficial meaning of the poem. Okay, now this particular poem was written in third person narrative technique, where some other voice or a, you can say, spectator actually describes the entire matter, and definitely in a metaphorical way. And this particular poem represents the very world, the very society, the very truth to the readers. Okay, now discuss their personalities. I have just told you that the fly represents innocence and the spider represents evil. Okay, and how an innocent person gets manipulated or managed by the cunning people, that is what the poem shows to the readers, and also at the same time gives a very message that do not be so much easygoing, or do not at all lose faith on yourself. Whatever you have prepared for yourself, that is the best thing. Okay, now over here you see the fly is a very much knowledgeable entity. The fly actually knows everything. The fly actually hears everything, all the truths about the spider. But towards the end, right at the end, okay, the fly however lost its firmness, and she actually agreed to enter the parlor, the very decorated parlor of the spider, in order to look at the mirror, in order to see herself how beautiful she was, and all and all and all. Okay, so you can see that the fly at the end actually lost its resistance power, and that called her death. So here the spider definitely represents the cunning, the wily, and the very soft spoken, polite, yet very 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 fretful, you can say, and at the same time very shrewd personalities. Okay, and the fly represents innocence and innocence. Okay, that's it. Now go to the next question, question number 5. Does the poem hint at a conflict between vices and virtues? Definitely. Definitely there is a battle, there is a conflict in between vices and virtues. Vices, the spider represents all the activities of vices, and virtues over here, you see the fly. The fly represents all her virtues. Okay, so there is definitely a continuous conflict in between vices and virtues, which is very much noticeable everywhere. Virtues, right from the very beginning, virtues everywhere win the battle, but right towards the end of the poem, very vices, or you can say the last evil plan that the spider tried upon the fly, okay, helped him to ensnare the fly totally. And what happened towards the end? Definitely the fly was killed. And that was the motto of the spider. Through all his sweet coated words, he actually wanted to reach his goal. And his goal was very much destructive. His goal was to kill, destroy the life of the fly through or you can say through a dishonest way. Okay. Next you see question number 6. Describe how the poet warns the readers of evil counselors. What should people stay away from? So definitely this particular question I have just discussed. Evil counselors, there are a lot of people who will come to you and say all good words about you. You will think that, oh my goodness, how this much good I am. No one never, there, no one ever comes and no one ever says all these things to me. How beautiful I am, how talented I am. Nobody ever comes and nobody says all those things to me. But this person or this man or this woman has come to me and said all such good words. But people around me say all the bad words, toxic words about her or about him. They are bad, but she or he is good. Now, here appears the problem. When there are a lot of people who talk bad about a person, then definitely there is something about the person that you should go for right at the very beginning. You should go to search it about it right at the very beginning before trusting them. Okay, trust issue. Having trust issues is a kind of negative thing, but sometimes it is a very positive side of a person. Like what? Now having trust issues. Okay, fine. Now you see, what should people stay away from? People should stay away the from the people who speak sweet coated words, who try to manipulate others through sweet coated words. Okay, now go for the last question, question number 7, that is, what vices does the spider possess that have helped him in winning the fly? Definitely the vice was regarding the fly's beauty. Now people get melted at this particular topic, but you should always know that beauty is temporary. The way physical beauty I'm talking about is actually temporary. The days will pass, you will grow old, and your physical beauty also will be lost. Now you can say that ma'am Madhuri Dixit is still now beautiful, ma'am Rakhi is still now beautiful. How could they be? And ma'am Shah Rukh Khan, oh my goodness, with each and every passing day, Shah Rukh Khan has become all, handsome and whatnot. Oh my God. Hrithik Roshan, oh, how can we forget him? But actually they are the actors. They are the richest people of our country. Okay, we just do not at all or cannot at all think about them and map our life in that way. We are the middle class people, so definitely we should go, or we have to go following the rule of life. We cannot go beyond that. Understood? So do not at all get manipulated by the people who speak good words about your physical beauty and not your mental beauty. They have come only to manipulate you or only to get some advantage from you. They do have their own motto, own goal in life by spoiling you or by exploiting your mind structure. Understood? Always remember that. Okay, so these are the 7 questions which are so much important for the coming examination. All my students, best of luck to everyone. Watch my videos. If you're having any query, any question, do not at all forget to comment below. Okay, I will definitely try to answer all your questions. And if you like my content, my topics, the way I do teach, do not at all forget to share my videos among your friends, family members and all. Okay, so I will definitely come very soon with a new chapter. Till then, bye, take care.